My name is Fran Williams and I represented England Netball at the World Youth Cup 2017 in Botswana. I now represent West Coast Fever in the SSN. So I think for my selection in 2017 for the Netball World Youth Cup, I was potentially driving in the car when I realised I was getting the call from our coach Emily about being selected, probably pulled over somewhere and was like, had the conversation, and then obviously was just elated to find out that I was in the squad, and so privileged to have that opportunity to get to go to an international netball event for the first time and represent England on that international stage. And yeah, I was just so excited and ready to get going because we'd had such good prep as an England netball group leading into it. I think some of my best memories from the Netball World Youth Cup would be some of the memories we made as a group off the court. Like, we were such a tight-knit group at that age, and I think when you're younger and coming through the pathway, you're probably a bit naive to like international competition, and it's that first experience and taste. But like the memories that you make you know, away from the court, in the hotel, doing recovery, in the gym, training sessions and camps beforehand, you really build strong bonds, and they're often with girls at home who play in other parts of the country in England and play for other Super League teams, for example, at home. And so being able to connect with those people that you don't see on a daily basis in your training environment was so nice, and some of those friendships I know are still just as strong now as they were in 2017. I think like the main learning of being in a Netball World Youth Cup environment and having that opportunity to go to an international competition like that is that first exposure to international netball, how physical, intense, how demanding those kind of style of tournaments are, where you're having to repeat performances day in, day out, back to back. And also play against different international styles of netball all within like the same 10 days, rather than just hitting out against that same team 3 times in a row, for example. So I think that's the challenge of it, and that's what prepares you at that young age for then what international competition is now. Yeah, I think it was huge for myself personally to be named as captain of that side and have that leadership opportunity so early in my career. I feel like definitely gave me such great experience now, being the kind of player that I am, gave me such confidence, such opportunity to work on how I communicate with a team, how I try and keep everyone positive, motivated. We definitely had our challenges in our Netball World Youth Cup in Botswana, you know, with player availability, sometimes even for games, and illness. So it definitely put my leadership to the test, but those challenges has definitely helped me realise what's important about creating good environments and cultures in a team. And I think it's shown for me how important culture is, particularly in team sport. And I feel like now all the teams I've been a part of, it's something that I like pride myself on wanting to make really good in places. And if people are enjoying themselves, feeling happy, feeling confident in their netball, then you're often going to get better performances. And I think that's something I've noticed right from that first experience in Botswana to all the teams I've played for and represented to now. Yeah, I think it was huge for us winning that bronze medal. I know an England team hadn't medalled the year prior, the cycle prior, so it was big for England, and we were just so proud to be able to come away and with a medal. You know, you always want to win your last game of a major tournament, and whilst we would have loved to have competed for that gold in the final, you always want to do what the best you can on that day is, and winning the bronze medal match was huge for us. Back in 2017 in our England netball team, there were so many people representing England netball that still play netball now, and that's what I love about our team. When I think of people like Imo Allison, Vicky Oyosola, that's just like 2 names that are representing you know, the seniors, Razia Kwashi, and we've got so many girls that were there as well that are also high performers in our Super League, like Gabby Marshall, she was the vice captain of that squad, Jessica Shaw, and then like George Fisher, who's playing over in New Zealand. So many people who are still involved in the game, and I think that's what's so special, is that from that tournament people are still playing and a part of our sport. Yeah, so since the Netball World Youth Cup 2017 in Botswana, I've had the opportunity to go on and represent the Roses at senior level. I made my debut for the Roses in 2018 against Uganda, which is huge, and now so lucky to have gone to 2 World Cups in 2019 and in 2023, winning a bronze and silver medal. I've played at Wasps Netball. I've won 2 Super League titles with Wasps and played at Loughborough Lightning for 2 years and won a Super League title with Loughborough Lightning, and now find myself in the SSN playing for West Coast Fever, and I'm loving it. Yeah, so I think the World Youth Cup definitely prepares you in terms of what's required to be an athlete at an international netball competition. That's video analysis away from the court, that's being on top of physio to be able to get back up and go again the next day and play at that high performance level. The prep that's required to play against different international styles is huge. You need to be able to play against one style of netball one day and the next day completely change your game plan and maybe do something quite wild and different. But that's what makes our game so exciting, I think. And yeah, I think just that competitive piece, like I love competition, and I think having these big tournaments where there's something to play for and there's international rivalries, it like really gets me going, the ambitious side in me and the competitivity, and I think we really feel that as a squad when you're representing your country to a whole new level because you're doing it with some real pride behind you as well. My advice to players representing their country at the Netball World Youth Cup in 2025 in Gibraltar would be to just enjoy the moment and take each day as it comes and make memories with the team. I think that's where I fell in love with playing netball and getting to enjoy the kind of sport away from the court as well as on the court. Some of those friendships that I made in Botswana are still some of my best friends now, and I get to play alongside in various teams and also at a senior level. So it's definitely don't take like each day for granted. I know it sounds so cliche, but at that age, you just want to be learning as much as possible and enjoying it and hoping that it gives you that springboard to the next level rather than putting too much pressure on yourself, I think. Yeah, I think the whole netball family should get behind the Netball World Youth Cup in 2025 because it's showcasing our young future talent that's going to burst onto the international stage. I'm sure there'll be so many future stars performing at that competition, and it's exciting to see where the growth of our game and where the landscape of which countries look like they've got some good up and coming players are.